guys, I am Sarah Knox. Thank you for watching my channel. This week I'm going to show you how to do a natural everyday look, and this is actually building off what we learned last week with that really easy 6-step 5-minute look. This is just going to add a couple more steps to it that's going to give you a little bit more life, a little bit more contouring, and just a more finished look. I'm going to sit back now because you don't want to cut me out of the shot. And this is the look right here. Got it? Looks like this. Okay, let's get started. Last week I started with a quick 5-minute routine. Also gonna probably be in the info cards. I don't know which side those show up on. Somewhere over here. This week I'm gonna add on to that. So we're not gonna add that much time to it. I'm just gonna add a couple of steps that are going to take you to the next level. Give you a real finished, flawless look, which is going to include some contouring as well as eyeshadow, okay? Because sometimes we just need a little bit more than the foundation blush step. And I'm starting with my tint skin, which is going to be my foundation. Using a pea size. And blend that in. Again, I'm using a beauty blender. That works for me. You can use your fingers or you can use a foundation brush, which Beautycounter does have. Personally, I like to use the beauty blender. I think it does a beautiful job getting everything flawless and blended in so that I can focus on those areas that really have more redness. When you saw when I first pulled this video up, my skin was really red in comparison to my neck. So this is gonna blend all of that out. Next up, we are going to do concealer. This is just our touch-up concealer pen. 1, 2, 3. Under my eyes. Again, I go into this in more detail in my last post. I'm getting it on an age spot. I've got a zit because, yay, menstruation. That's just life, ladies. Sometimes we get zit. And I'm just bringing it down my eyes here with this beauty blender. See how pale and fair I look now? This is where we're gonna start to differ from last week. I'm going in with a bronzer. This is Surf. And what I like to do with this is I've got this big old brush right here, and I'm gonna suck in my cheeks like a fish. This brings it right under my cheekbones. Just adding a little bit of contouring, a little bit of shape. And I also like to bring it all the way down on my neck here. So the reason I'm using such a fat brush like this is because I'm looking for more of a natural look. We don't want that blunt contouring that you would get in more of a dramatic look. This is just to add a little bit of shade, a little bit of color. I probably added too much, which you know what, if you add too much, you can always just go back in with your beauty blender and blend it. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with an all over face highlighter. This is Halo. This has a little bit more of that pinky, soft tones, and I like to just do this completely on my cheekbone. I'm gonna start right on the apples of my cheeks and bring it up. And there's a lot of different ways you can do this. For a real sun-kissed, glowy look, this is what I like to do right underneath my blush. Now I'm pulling out that blush. I'm gonna use the same blush I used last week, which is Tawny and Whisper. Get it all in, and again, apples of my cheeks. I'm just gonna start right on the apples of my cheeks, not too far over, kind of halfway through, and smile, smile, and bring that blush on up. You don't wanna bring it too far in the apple of the cheek, especially if you're using a brighter, pinker, redder color, because it could make you look like a clown. So that is the face part. We're done with the face. Now we're gonna move to the eyes. Now the kit I'm gonna be using is actually our statement kit. And I'm sure you're like, what the heck? I thought she was gonna be doing a natural look today, and I see lots of teals and blues and purples and that. You're right. It doesn't feel natural when you're looking at this, but I'm gonna show you how to do a really natural look using this shade. This is honestly the palette I use every single day. I just love these colors. I think we can get a really beautiful natural look with it. So I'm gonna be using this double-ended brush, which you actually get in this eyeshadow palette through Beautycounter. Woo! And honestly, this palette is worth it for the brush. We do actually have a couple new brushes, but I still just absolutely love this one. So this is what I use every day. This is what I'm going to be using today. I'm gonna be using the all over end which is not the angled one. Sorry, that didn't focus for you. And I'm opening this up, and right here in the corner, I have flaxen. This is kind of like a shimmery, peachy color. And I'm gonna just go all over my lid on this one, all the way from the lash line up to the brow. It really matches my skin color, but it's gonna freshen it up. Right above that, right here, we have Nightfall. Now this one's gonna be a little bit trickier because it can go on very dark, but I'm gonna do it nice and light, and I'm gonna use the angled end of this brush. The longer end is gonna be pointed down, and the shorter end is gonna be pointed up. And here's what I'm gonna do, ladies. I'm gonna start halfway on my lid, and that long pointy part, I'm gonna just poke right above my eyeball and right below my brow bone. And I am just gonna work it out, and like almost like doing a windshield wiper motion with that. And then I also like to just kind of take it in on the corners. Okay, you're like, okay, that's kind of crazy, lady. Don't worry. Then I flip over my brush, which still has a little bit of that nude type flaxen color on it, and we blend it in. Okay? Now again, we're not done. This is gonna feel a lot more natural when we're done with it. I'm gonna go in and do the other side. So again, I'm using this nice angled brush. If you can find one of these, they're awesome. Tapping it into there. And I like to just tap it off a little bit so that there's not too much excess eyeshadow on there, because then we don't make a huge mess. Again, the long pointy end goes right above my eyeball. Yep, you got a little crease here in your eyeball. It's called your crease. And I'm gonna put it there, see how I have just a little dot, and then in a windshield wiper motion, just follow the line of that eyeball. Okay, the short end is facing up, and then I'm gonna go along my lash line so it's kind of like a little V on the end here, okay? And then again, going back in with this end that has that flaxen on it to blend that bad boy out. And then the last step is I'm just going to highlight. So I'm gonna use this bone right up here. And I like to go all the way up on my brow line. And I even like to bring it in my inner eye right here. So that's just gonna brighten it up, give you a little bit of shape. So these are really natural tones, but it's going to give your eyes some contouring in depth. Sometimes when you're doing that darker color in the crease, you're gonna wanna go in and touch things up. Kind of just stamping it out. I am swooping up, I'm going kind of hard, and this is just erasing basically some of that excess that went outside my line. So I'm following the line just like an angle straight from the outer eyeball, outer eye, whatever it is, up to my brow line, and that's where I want to clean it up. I don't want my eyeshadow to extend beyond just my eyelid. Okay, that's crazy. We're natural. We're just going to Target today, right? So we don't want to look too insane. We just want to clean it up. So that's how you can do it. All right, let's see. What do you guys think? Should I do my brows first or my eyeliner first? I'm gonna do my brows first. So I'm using my brow pencil. I used this in last week's video. It comes in our Flawless in 5 set. And I am just gonna go along my natural lash line, I'm gonna go, not my lash line, these are my eyebrows, along my natural shape of my eyebrows, and just do little strokes up. Do it on the other side. See how that's just adding some more shape? And a reminder, we are just gonna blend this out. Oh boy. Now, it's always good to add a little and then add more if you need it, because it's easier to add more than it is to take away. But to be completely honest, it's pretty dang easy to touch up too. So like I added a little bit too much to this one, and I just took my finger in and went in like that to clean it up before it got all set. The back end of our eyebrow pencil has a little brush on it, which is not only gonna brush out your lashes, but it's gonna blend in those lines that we just put in so they don't look so blunt. So it's important to go in with that over it afterwards. Okay, now time for eyeliner. Guys, I know I'm telling you this is a natural look, but I'm gonna use a liquid eyeliner today, all right? This liquid eyeliner is absolutely amazing. I love it so, so, so much. Let me tell you what it's going to do for you. It is going to be an extension of your eyelashes. If you're someone like me who's got like stubby little eyelashes, you are gonna want something to make those appear longer, make it seem like they come from higher up. I have some droopy brows. Thanks, Grandma. My cousin and sister got like Bambi eyes, and I got these ones that like droop into each other, which is why I like always need to contour my eyes and wear a liquid liner, okay? So this thing goes on so smooth. And I'm just gonna start at the inside of my eyelid and take it nice and slow. I'm gonna tell you about your eyelid. Between your eyelashes and your eyelid, you're gonna have this little divot. So what I want you to do is find that divot, and you are going to gently press your eyeliner in that divot between your eyelashes and your eyelid. That's how you're gonna get a natural and clean line. And the final step is going to be the mascara. Again, I always love this volumizing mascara. We also have a lengthening one. This is always gonna be my preference, unless we come out with a different one. I just think it gives fuller lashes, hence the volumizing. I don't think that it gives any less length than our lengthening one does. So this one, in my opinion, really just does an all-over better job. Now, what's different about our mascara is that it is not made with coal tar, and it doesn't make your eyelashes fall out. I switched to this mascara because I seriously was losing eyelashes, people. Like actually losing eyelashes from my old mascara. When you're applying this mascara, I want you to go at the base of your eyelashes and wiggle it back and forth, and wiggle it as you pull it out. And finally, I'm just going to go in with a lipstick. This one is called Rose. It is a moisturizing lipstick. It's pretty sheer, so it's gonna look very natural. Oh my gosh, it feels so good. My lips were so stinking dry. I have not been drinking enough water lately. And I like to go over it with a gloss as well. And that's all there is to it. This is the look. This is what we've got going on. And so easy. There were only a couple things we used that I did not use last week. Last week I showed you how to use our Flawless in 5 kit. That comes with 6 products. We've got the statement look. The other things I used were Halo for our highlighter, and I used Surf as my bronzer here. Our liquid liner, and then of course the lipstick. If you want to keep up with this channel, I post new Beautycounter specific tutorials every single week. Every single Friday, you're gonna get a fresh face from me. Subscribe to this channel and you're gonna get those as soon as they come out. I hope you love this video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. You look beautiful. All right, woo! We're not gonna do that. All right, talk to y'all later.